Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. Stand up for your country. Well, another dishonest media play, but this one's really serious. All right, this is at a level I don't think I've seen. And I want to go over it very methodically with you. It's CNN versus Donald Trump. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. All right. So according to CNN, mission unsuccessful in Iran. Okay? So I wrote a message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com outlining what the report is from CNN, but I'll give you briefly now. 4 anonymous sources. Okay? And when you see anonymous sources coming from a left-wing or a right-wing organization, you have to be very skeptical. So 4 anonymous sources telling CNN that the USA was not really successful in destroying Iran's nuclear capabilities. Now, the story on its face is ridiculous. How would they know that? How would any person on earth know that? Donald Trump doesn't know it. Nobody knows the extent of the damage underground in the bombing. There are no Americans on the scene. There are no Israelis on the scene, although there's a report that some people were there, but I don't believe it because they would have immediately been annihilated by the Iranian army. And the Iranians themselves cannot go down to even look at what happened because they fear a cave-in on them. Because if you look at the satellite pictures, which we have, the whole surface is devastated. The mountain was almost blown away. So you're telling me that they took an elevator down there? Come on. And even if that were true, which it isn't, the Iranians are never going to tell you the truth. And they would not have made a ceasefire in 35 seconds if that raid had not been successful. So this whole story is a bunch of bull. Yet it's picked up all over the world. All over the world. Okay? Oh, the raid wasn't that successful. So you can basically understand the anger. So let's deal with Israel first, because the guy had an honest take on it. His name is Efi Diffrin. He is the Israeli Defense Minister, okay, spokesman. He's a brigadier general. Here's what he said, quote, "We met all the objectives of the operation as defined for us and even did so better than we had optimally expected. I say this with humility because it is still too early to determine. Thank you, General Diffrin." There's no verifiable way to assess it. Now, the Trump administration wants to believe that they dismantled much of the Iranian nuclear capability. Fine. And the odds are they did, for what I pointed at, the mullahs, their reaction. Here's what Donald Trump said. Go.
Those pilots, those B-2 pilots did an unbelievable job. And, the fake news, like CNN in particular, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC. They're all, and frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news.
Now, I'm sympathetic. I don't know the extent of the demoralization of our military, but if I'm the commander in chief, I probably get angrier than Trump at these CNN people, particularly if you're using anonymous sources. Who the hell are these people? You can identify them. You don't have to identify them by name. Tell me who they are. No, of course not. You can get anything by using anonymous sources. Anything. It's simple. I never use them, okay, because it's dishonest. Now, the worst part about this is it goes all around the world, as I mentioned, and it's printed as fact. I can't tell you how many articles I read this morning on social media that this is fact. It's not a fact. It's probably not true. Did CNN talk to somebody who said it wasn't a big deal? Sure. Is that hard? No. There are a lot of Trump haters. A lot. Where you can get that kind of nonsense. Well, where is the verification of the article? Nowhere. And that's the memo. All right, the president returns to D.C. today. He doesn't like these NATO meetings and G7. He's not comfortable there. He likes the one-on-one stuff. But he did accomplish getting all of the NATO nations to raise their defense spending to 5% of their GNP from 2%. That's a pretty good commitment, except Spain. Now, I'm president again. I give Spain a call and say, okay, you're not going to help out here. It's going to come back to bite you. I got 3.5 years left in this office. I'm not forgetting this. That's what I do. Okay, Spain. Now, my question is, did Joe Biden try to get the NATO spending up? No. Did Barack Obama try to get it up? No. Did George W. Bush try to get it up? I don't know. I don't know whether he tried or not. But they weren't successful. Trump did it. Not easy. All right. The House of Representatives. Ooh. So there was a vote yesterday, 344 to 79, not to impeach Donald Trump. Can you imagine this? This is just unbelievable. So at least the members embarrassed the 79 people who wanted him impeached. This came from a guy named Al Green, congressman from Texas. You'll remember Mr. Green on March 4th doing this. Go.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the sergeant-at-arms to restore order.
All right, he got booted. And he's an anarchist, this guy. So here are some of the big names who voted to impeach the president over the Iranian bombing. Green, Cortez, Omar, Presley, Jayapal, Tlaib, those are the squad. Gerald Nadler, our old buddy. Gerald Nadler from New York. Eric Swalwell from California. Joaquin Castro, Texas. Judy Chu from California. Okay, so Cortez, I don't know where Caston is here. So Caston is a congressman from Illinois, and he and Cortez, while American pilots were still in the mission, in the skies, called for the impeachment of Donald Trump on Saturday night, while they were doing that. Now, I researched it. If this had been a declared war, those two congresspeople, would have been charged with treason. But you can't charge them with treason now. What you can do is bring them in front of the House Ethics Committee to explain themselves. Now, as we told you yesterday, the chairman of that committee is Congressman Michael Guest from Mississippi. And when we called him, he was very disrespectful to us, doesn't care about the issue at all. That was pretty shocking to me. I have no idea why this guy doesn't care about this. I do know that the approval rating for Congress is below 20%, and maybe that's one of the reasons why, is that the folks don't think that Congress is proactive in situations like this. It wasn't supposed to get this bad. You were on top of your bills, then inflation hit. Prices up 26% from just a few years ago. It's not your fault. You've fallen into debt. But there's a smarter and easier way out. It's called done with debt. They don't push loans or bankruptcy on you. Done with debt are negotiators who go head to head with your credit card and loan companies. They have one goal: to reduce or eliminate your debt altogether. Done with Debt moves very fast. Most clients see more money in their pocket by month one. But hurry, because some of their debt erasing strategies are time sensitive. Don't make another bill payment until you talk to a Done with Debt strategist. It's free. So please visit donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Okay, YouTube bonus will be delivered tomorrow, a new one, and it's what we have posted now is countries react to Iran. And then tomorrow I'm going to tell you why so many Americans are voting for loons. So that'll be posted on Thursday. The reason I'm telling you that, it's youtube.com/Bill O'Reilly. It's free. It's hot. I think it's the hottest YouTube channel in the world now. So you might want to catch up with us there. Let's go to the mail. We have Robert D. Benedetto, Augusta, Georgia. Tell me if I'm wrong, Bill, about the ceasefire. I know it's impossible to predict, but I'd like to know what your gut feeling is. Mine's telling me that terrorists, like leopards, cannot change their spots. I believe President Trump is a peacemaker and is hopeful, but he's fooling himself. That kind of analysis gets us nowhere. I don't have gut, okay? I go on probability. The probability is that, yeah, there'll be some ceasefire violations, but I think that the initial foray against Iran was extremely successful in downgrading that terror nation. There'll be a lot of unintended consequences to come. I'm not speculating specifically, but at this point, it looks like a victory for the USA. Doug Halbert, Mesa, Arizona. As the drum of Republican isolationists gets louder and louder, I think we can take a lesson from 1938-41. Feels like we're watching a rerun of pre-December 7th, 41. Do we really want to wait for Pearl Harbor to wake us up? Look, there was a very strong isolationist movement, particularly against Germany. Okay, Japan wasn't the threat that Hitler was. Because Hitler, you could see in 39, and he's going into Poland, you could see it. Japan was kind of quiet and caught us by surprise. But isolationism never works, as our analysis proves, ever. Particularly in this kind of a world where economic disruption will affect every American. Perry Capitani, Garden City, New York on Long Island, seems through the failure of Israeli and U.S. forces to destroy access roads to the nuclear facilities was a huge oversight. How do you know, Perry? With all due respect, how do you know? We don't know. Okay. I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback this because I don't know. You know, the reports, there's nobody there. Hey, Matt Hansen, Midvale, Utah. Hey, Bill, can you articulate how a nuke being fired from Iran would affect us? I have a lot of isolation Republican friends. As I just said, any kind of nuke or wide war is going to disrupt the whole worldwide economy. And you're going to pay a lot more for everything. So let's keep it simple, okay? Cannot have that. Somebody sets off a nuke? Come on. The whole world goes into chaos. Phil Porpora, Lake Bluff, Illinois. Why is President Trump complaining about Fed Chief Jerome Powell? Doesn't he have the authority to fire him? No. Fed is totally independent. It's not a government agency. Can't fire him. So that's why he's complaining. Tom Stoner, Kuka Park, New York. My question is, what's more expensive for the American taxpayer? Funding a person with Medicare, Medicaid, or paying for that person to go to a hospital when they are in need? You're correct that all people in this country have access to hospital emergency rooms if something happens to them. That's the law. And that costs hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know the calibration. I don't think a study has been done about it on what's more expensive. I do know that people receiving Medicaid should be looking for work if they're able-bodied and they don't have dependent kids, right? I do know that the states are gaming the system, some of them, by slapping a tax on Medicaid, okay, so they can bill the federal government more money. It's a con. And both of those things will be knocked out in this new tax bill. Frank Ferrans, Canton, Georgia. Bill, I heard your talk with the Chinese delegation they put you in a room with. But what else did you do in China? What did you see in the streets? Can you talk about that? Sure. So we were over in China, my son and I, and we did an event at the Beijing Club that I told you about, wrote about, and all of that. But before the event, we went up to the Great Wall, went to the Forbidden City, Tiananmen Square. I showed them all the big historical places. We rode around the countryside. I saw no American cars. And we're on the road, a lot of cars. Okay, none. Kidding? So there's that. Then on the streets, Beijing is a huge city, much bigger than New York. It was crowded. It was hot. The Chinese people were modestly dressed. All right, clothing was cheap, but neat. No tattoos. Why? Because tattoos are aligned with crime in China. That's the mindset. No tattoos. The American Slavs were wearing the worst stuff in the world. It was embarrassing. Not all of them, but enough like you're just shaking your head. Chinese, no. There wasn't a scrap of litter in Beijing. Why? Because if you litter, it's a crime against the people. Anything, quality of life, if you do the Chinese government doesn't like, is a crime against the people. You can get 20 years. There's no lawyer. So the Chinese, living in a totalitarian society, a police state, they look down. They don't look you in the eye, generally speaking. Okay, they're looking down, going about their business. They don't want any trouble. Finally, every Chinese citizen has to carry an ID. The ID is issued when they're born. You get stopped by an authority in China, you don't have that ID, gone. No phone call. So that's what we saw. H.W. Eichenauer, Waimoma, Florida. I've never been to Waimoma. I've been all over Florida. I'm 85 years old. Need to tell you, I like your honesty. You're a successful, common sense, fun-loving man. I don't know about the fun-loving, but we have some fun. Despite your success, the main thing is that you're great at frugality. Lack of frugality in the USA causes a lot of inflation and makes people poor. I'm not frugal. I'll buy like this jacket, okay? It's expensive. I'll buy good things, but I never waste money. That's the difference. I don't waste money. No $8 coffees from Starbucks. That's not happening. My car, I've had it for 9 years. Why? Because it works great and it looks great. Why do I need another car? Okay, when it stops working great, then I'll get one. That's not frugal. We're just not wasting money here because I work too hard for it. But thank you for the compliments. I appreciate that. All right, why don't you go to our store, BillO'Reilly.com, and get the Not Woke gear. Not too late. Summer's just beginning. And send that message wherever you go. Have some fun. You'll make some friends. I don't think too many people give you jazz, but we have really good stuff there. So please check it out. Word of the day, do not be callow, C-A-L-L-O-W. And you can order Confronting Evil in advance. We'll get it first. I sent out the galleys, getting pretty good reviews so far. And if you become or re-up premium or concierge member, you get it free, or any book you want. Back with a final thought in a moment. If you are handling your own books or relying on a bookkeeper, it could lead to inaccuracies, missed deductions, and cash flow blind spots. FYSI's team of seasoned accounting professionals, corporate and tax attorneys manage every journal entry, bank reconciliation, and month-end close with precision, delivering clear, timely financial reports. They incorporated advanced tax avoidance strategies into your bookkeeping to capture deductions before you file. And they connect you with industry leaders and referral partners for growth opportunities. Set up your free consultation to learn how FYSI's experts can transform your books into a growth engine and accelerate your business to the next level. Act now to claim your free $5,000 business assessment, available for a limited time. Please go to fysi.com/bill. Use promo BILL, or you can call 800-877-4000 today. Let's face it, the U.S. economy is under stress. National debt rising, trade war shaking the markets, and meanwhile, China is dumping the dollar and stockpiling gold. That's why I protected my savings with physical gold and silver through the only dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. And you can do this. Get precious metals delivered to your door or place in a tax-advantaged gold IRA. They'll even help you roll over your existing IRA or 401k, tax and penalty-free. With billions in precious metals delivered, thousands of five-star reviews, and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust American Hartford Gold as I do. Please call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Okay, final thought. I am going to be off tomorrow. I have to go up to New England. We'll be back Monday. We'll have a Sunday column for you. Summertime, the living is easy, but not here because I got so much to do. But I'm not whining about it. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't, right? But I'm going to be out tomorrow, and we'll miss you guys. But I got a message, anything happens, boom, we're right there. Just like the bombing, we'll be right there. Now, as I just said, Confronting Evil comes out September 9th, and in the book, on the cover, you got Mao, you got Hitler, you got Putin, you got the Ayatollah. All right, the Ayatollah chapters and Putin, you'll learn stuff you have no idea about. And the other two guys, we take you in why they did what they did, okay? But we also have the cartel in the body of the book. We have 8 other things. Beside those 4, we have 8 others. The cartels are as evil as they come, and we pinpoint the actual men and what they did. But there's a new book just out this week called Escobar, Taking Down the Notorious Cali Godfathers and the Biggest Drug Cartel in History. It's written by 2 former DEA agents, Chris Feistel, Dave Mitchell, along with Jessica Balboni, who's a friend of mine. And boy, if you are interested in this, what really struck me about the book, and is unbelievably well documented, is how the cartels undermine the total government of Colombia. Took over the country, just like they're in charge of Mexico now. And they're coming back in Colombia because they got a weak left-wing president now in Colombia. They're coming back, okay? But the detail of that book is really good. So I stole it from Oprah. Okay, I know. But Oprah, her book selections were a lot of romance stuff and then all of that, and a lot of sensitivity in Oprah's books. We don't do that. we give you the hardcore stuff. Here's a history of it. Here's what happened. So the Bill Book Club, a little different, not as sensitive as the Oprah. And I know who actress has a book thing too. Reese Witherspoon, right? Reese Witherspoon. I don't know what Reese is doing. I kind of like her. She's pretty feisty. But I know she's not doing what we're doing here. All right, that is it. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll be back on Monday. New column Sunday, new message tomorrow. Hang tough. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.